Good morning, Kentuckiana. It's 6 a.m. here on your Monday and on your Memorial Day. We're glad you're kicking things off with us. I'm Grace McKenna. Jim's got the day off, but Matt is here with me as well. And hey, Matt, that forecast really kind of changed up, it sounds like, over the weekend, and thankfully dry now for Memorial Day at least.
Yeah, we're expecting more sunshine as we head into the afternoon hours, and then some clouds will be building in later on, but really looking like tomorrow is going to be the day that we expect those rain showers to arrive. Here's a live look near Hurstbourne in Louisville. We've got temperatures off to a cooler start this morning. Once again, we're ranging into those mid-50s. Winds out of the northeast at 8 miles per hour, and those passing clouds continuing to stay in our skies. We're going to expect more sunshine to arrive later on, but the rest of us still waking up to this cooler start. 53 near Valley Station, 54 Shepherdsville, 55 near Fern Creek. Over in southern Indiana, we've got 53 for you folks near Seymour, 50 near Scottsburg, 57 Hodgenville, and 57 for you guys in Elizabethtown. You'll notice on the satellite and radar these clouds continuing to flow into our skies. We're tracking a few showers developing farther off towards our west. This is what's going to be responsible for our rainy trend that we're expecting for our day tomorrow. But otherwise, we've got mostly dry conditions ahead for Memorial Day today. We'll have a full breakdown all about those details coming up here in just a few short minutes. But here's a quick check of traffic this morning. Still looking good to go on those major interstates, whether you're headed north, south, east, west, wherever your morning commute is this morning, it is in good hands. If anything changes, we'll let you know. Grace?
Thanks, Matt. Our top story this week is the start of Steve Lawson's trial. Jury selection begins tomorrow in Warren County. Steve Lawson is one of 3 men charged in the disappearance and death of Bardstown mother Crystal Rogers. He's charged with conspiracy to commit murder and tampering with physical evidence. Steve Lawson's son, Joseph Lawson, faces the same charges. Their former employer, Rogers' ex-boyfriend Brooks Houck, is the main suspect and is charged with murder. Earlier this month, Judge Charles Sims ruled no camera or recording devices would be allowed in the courtroom, and now several members of the Louisville media, including WHAS11, have filed an emergency motion requesting one pool camera be allowed. Judge Sims has yet to rule on that request. Even if a camera is not allowed inside, our team will be there recapping what happens each day in court right here on WHAS 11. Focus reporter Shay McAllister, senior reporter Isaiah Kim Martinez, and Doug Proffitt will lead the coverage. You can also watch our in-depth breakdowns with former prosecutor Nick Mudd each night at 9:30 on WHAS 11. And while we're in Bardstown, another year has gone by with no answers in the murder of Bardstown police officer Jason Ellis. Yesterday marked 12 years since a gunman ambushed him while he was on his way home from work. WHAS 11's Clarice Shaley and photojournalist Aspen Hester show us how the community continues to honor Ellis by making sure his case is not forgotten.
Officer Ellis's effect on our town is not measured in years, but in the lives he touched and the positive ideas he upheld.
12 years after the murder of Bardstown officer Jason Ellis.
Jason was a big part of this community.
Always call and talk and stay in touch every day, even when we weren't working together.
This community remembers the good times with the father, husband, and coach. 12 years ago Sunday, Ellis was driving home from work and was killed in what investigators call an ambush. As the years have passed, there have been little answers pointing to who is responsible for his death.
12 years ago, the boys were 6 and 7.
Jason's widow and sons, the boys now all grown up.
Now as they stand behind me, you can see just how much time has passed since Jason was murdered. I'm reminded of that reality every day that goes by, and Jason's case remains unsolved.
Ellis's murder is one of 3 high-profile, unsolved cases in Bardstown. Steve Lawson begins his trial Tuesday, accused of being involved in Crystal Rogers' death and tampering with evidence. Loved ones are optimistic this will open doors in Ellis's case. Back in February 2024, a discovery in Rogers' case. The special prosecutor said evidence connects to the murdered officer.
When we received the case, it took us, Ms. Young, 6 months to go through the discovery, and that included Ellis and Ballard.
A blue wreath laid to honor Officer Jason Ellis. His friends, old co-workers, and family gather every year to memorialize him, hoping that hearing his name will bring new light to his case.
That maybe someone will think of something or remember something that they didn't think was significant, and if you just come forward with any little thing, it could be the missing piece that they're waiting on.
You know, I think everybody's still grieving, but to close the chapter, to help close the chapter, it would be nice to know why.
We're here listening to the birds and realizing how blessed we are to have life and liberty.
Each year, a reminder of how short life can be and how long they can wait for justice. In Bardstown, Clarice Shaley, WHAS11, on your side.
The FBI and Kentucky State Police are still actively investigating the Jason Ellis case. If you have any tips, you can submit them anonymously by calling the number on your screen, 270-766-5078. You can also email elliscasetips@ky.gov or visit fbi.gov and click Submit a Tip. There is a reward for information leading to an arrest and conviction. Right now, a man is facing several charges after a nearly 5-hour standoff with LMPD's SWAT team. It happened around 6:30 Saturday night on Vevey Road in Fern Creek. Metro Police say 20-year-old Jaden Smith got into an altercation with his mother because he wanted her debit card. When she locked him out, police say he forced entry back into the house and pulled out a gun in front of his brother. When police arrived, court documents say Smith locked himself in the basement. After several hours, police say Smith surrendered to officers. His charges include burglary, menacing, and criminal mischief. Due to the holiday, he's expected in court sometime this week. And in case you missed it, the JCPS school board has chosen the district's next leader. The board confirms it's in contract negotiations with Dr. Brian Yearwood. Yearwood most recently worked for Columbia Public Schools in Missouri, which has 1/5 the student body of JCPS. Board Chair Corey Shull said the board was impressed with Yearwood's commitment to students and the turnaround he led in Columbia, improving the district's scores by 16.5 points. Shull also noted Yearwood's financial accomplishments. A Jefferson County Teachers Association survey showed teachers overwhelmingly wanted the other candidate, Ben Schuldner, as the next superintendent. But JCTA President Maddie Shepard tells us she will still support Yearwood.
I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that JCPS has the best learning and working conditions, because that's what our kids deserve. I am also going to have to work really hard to rebuild some bridges between our members and the school board, because our members are feeling very ignored.
The board was not unanimous in its choice, with 2 board members voting against Yearwood. One of them was Linda Duncan, who told us she couldn't ignore the overwhelming feedback from teachers, principals, and community members who supported Schuldner. Clarksville, Indiana honored fallen service members ahead of Memorial Day. It hosted a ceremony yesterday at the Veterans Place Memorial behind Town Hall. In addition to the local tribute, this year's service also commemorated the 250th anniversary of the battles of Lexington and Concord, which marked the start of the Revolutionary War.
Today, we take part in this national remembrance, honoring those who had fallen, families who are now in sorrow, living in the aftermath of battles, and the rebirth of a new idealism, peace, freedom, and liberty.
American Troop Scouts also led a flag retirement ceremony, which is a tradition to respectfully retire worn American flags.